Good morning. This is Black Crow Walking, coming to you from Australia, and I am bringing you a study of A Course of Loving by Mari Perron. And we are up to chapter 19, which is all about oneness and duality. We're nearly finished, actually, chapter 19. We're up to verse 23. The loftiest aim of which you are currently capable, the loftiest aim. It's a really hard word to say, loftiest. The loftiest aim of which you are currently capable is that of changing your perception. Although our ultimate goal is to move beyond perception to knowledge, now that's something we need to stop and have a look at. So perception is like a judgment, is that you're perceiving and then you're judging, and that's what our language is based on. And we're trying to change that language from superior or from inferior to one of unity rather than separation. So our aim is to get rid of or somehow transform from perception to knowledge. A first step in doing this is changing your means of perception to that of right-mindedness. Oh, I like that word, right-mindedness. Okay, so today we are changing our perception from... Sorry, Siri's listening to me. I'm glad someone is. All right, just moving my computer a little bit so you can see me better. All right, so we're changing our perception to right-mindedness. Your willingness to accept me as your teacher will help you to accept my sight as your own, and thus to be right-minded. And when I say me, I don't mean me. I mean, this is a channeled book, and it's love that's channeling it. You can call it Jesus if you like. It's just a symbol for what is channeling this book. So if we accept what this book perceives, or this writer of this book perceives, we will be in right-mindedness. And we will begin to realize this. Thus it is now appropriate for the realization to come to you that your mind and your perception can be changed. This is necessary before you can look back in a new way and not simply cover the same ground you have covered a million times, around and round and round in that horrible hamster cage that we never seem to get out of in this human vibrational frequency. So it's time to get out of it. Time to stop telling those same old stories all the time in our minds. This is necessary before you can look back in the new way, not simply cover the same ground you have covered a million times, seeing causes for recriminations, blame and guilt. And that's what keeps us there. All those low vibrations of blame, guilt, shame, anger, frustration, all those negative emotions that we roll around in. Looking back in judgment is not what is required here, and that's what it's based on. When you're judging, you're in that vibrational frequency. Stop it. Only the opposite will advance our aim of unity, mind and heart. So what's the opposite to hate, anger, fear, blame, guilt? What's the opposite to that? Let's do that. Let's do love. The Holy Spirit exists in your right mind and is the bridge to exchanging perceptions for knowledge. That's all we need to do. Exchange our perceptions for knowledge. And how would we do that? Okay, we're programmed, right? We're programmed to judge. We're programmed to perceive things according to our past programming, our past experience. What can we do to stop that? In that moment when you feel yourself about to perceive and judge something, in that single moment, stop and be still and silent and feel, really feel into. Feel into what's happening for you without judgment. Like seeing things from the point of view of a video camera. Just feel into it. And then the knowledge will just come. Wisdom will come. When you're willing to let go of the old way of doing things and inviting stillness and silence to teach you. I love today's lesson. Knowledge is light, and we are light. We are the love light that is in the world, and the only light in which you can truly see. So when you acknowledge that light is seeing through these eyes. Who is it that's seeing through the eyes? It's love light. It's light. It's not this judgmental being. That's the mind. The mind will stuff you up every time because it's egoic and it wants to be the ruler, the tyrannical ruler. It wants to stuff you up, keep you separate. Why does it do that? Because it's not wholehearted. It's not joined with the heart. And that stillness and silence is the key. Just move into stillness and silence. And when your mind is going rampant and rolling around in the rat cage, just be still and silent. And come back to you. See what your heart has to say about everything. Knowledge is light, and the only light in which you can truly see. You will not truly desire to unite your mind and your heart in wholeheartedness until you see clearly. One purpose of the distinction you have made between mind and heart are their ability to keep one part of yourself blameless. Whatever happens, your divided notion of yourself allows you to both protect and conceal. So we're talking about the separated self now. I'm going to go back and read that again. One purpose of the distinction you've made between your mind and heart, okay, you've made a distinction between your mind and your heart, are their ability to keep one part of yourself blameless. Whatever happens, your divided notion of yourself allows you to both protect and conceal. Fault always lies elsewhere. The guiltless part of you is always free to redeem the guilt-filled self. This idea of self-redemption has long been a culprit that has kept union, even with your own self, undesirable to you. The concept that in oneness there is no need for blame or guilt, or even for redemption, is inconceivable to the separate mind, but not to the heart. When we started this book, we understood that this book is not for the mind, it's for the heart. It's for taking you out of your head and into your heart space. And the way to do that is to join your mind and your heart together in wholeheartedness, so that your heart rules. Your heart is kind and compassionate and full of love and light. Your mind isn't, but it can be of service. It can be useful to the heart if it's joined together with the heart. Wholeheartedness. We need to relearn, retrain, moving from perception, moving from judging everything we see from the filters of the past, into this moment of now and sitting with and feeling and letting knowledge come. Good luck with that today. I'm going to do it. Come join me. Remember one thing. I love you. Bye for now.